So just like that, Dangote has put Nigeria on the map. The question is, do you have any idea what this means?
Site. So we have quite a lot of challenge, but what this will give us at the end of the day is to give us, 650,000 barrels of, crude processing, and total number of products that will produce will be about 32 million tons. So
That's right. As a country, Nigeria is about to become a producer of petroleum products under the genius of this billionaire. And we are heading for greater heights as a nation. And just in case you think this is all smokes and mirrors and it's too good to be true, that he would actually pull this off, remember he has done something like this before.
What we are trying to do is to do exactly like what we did in cement. Nigeria used to be number 2 in the world after US in cement importation. And now Nigeria, was self-sufficient. And by this year, Nigeria will be the largest exporter of cement in Africa.
Yup. He has the experience and has done it before, so he will surely do it again. But wait, here's where it gets interesting. The refinery's long-term promise of economic stability and growth is a major draw for real estate investors. As businesses thrive and job opportunities expand, property values in the area are expected to rise steadily and also exponentially, making Ibeju Lekki a hotspot for those seeking to grow their real estate portfolio. Whether it's land, residential projects, or commercial spaces, the region offers diverse opportunities for investment with the potential for significant returns. Complementing the transformative power of the Lekki Deep Sea Port, the colossal Dangote refinery, another groundbreaking project reshaping the landscape of Lagos, and spearheaded by Africa's richest man Aliko Dangote, stands as the largest single train refinery in the world, with the refining capacity of 650,000 barrels per day. Its presence within the Lekki Free Trade Zone has positioned the area as a focal point for industrial and commercial activity. Ibeju Lekki is about to be hot. And this is an understatement of the year because it had already gotten hot the past few years after the refinery was announced and the work was going on. But the truth is that it hasn't always been this way. The mere fact that the billionaire has decided to build a refinery in Nigeria has trickled down to other industries, and the particular industry that will be forever changed is real estate. I personally feel real estate developers and everybody around the real estate industry owe a personal obeisance to Dangote. So what does the refinery being built here have to do with real estate, you may ask, for the uninitiated? Good question.
First of all, let me tell you the challenges and what we are facing. It's just outside Lagos. We took up a land which is about 2.7 million square meters.
2.7 million
square meters. It's huge. It's massive. Internal roads alone, we have 136 drainage.
I know that you're thinking, this man is calling all these numbers and saying all these things, and they're great. But what does it have to do with real estate? Well, it's all in the seaports. It's okay if you're confused. Hear from the horse's mouth.
Of the project is that we have to build our own port, because none of the ports in Nigeria can actually take the weight.
Where do you get this from?
This from Hyundai, Korea.
From Korea?
Yeah.
And you managed to ship it all the way from Korea
yes,
to...
we have actually 7 of these.
Okay.
This is the biggest, then we have another smaller ones. And this thing has to be rolled out. And so the ports in Nigeria, the heaviest equipment they can take might be maybe 150 tons or so. And then we are faced with the roads. If you look at what this one is going to go on now, they put on the this thing.
And what
we have to build a special road for all our equipment to be able to pass.
The Lekki Deep Sea Port, located within the bustling Lagos Free Trade Zone, is quickly emerging as one of the most transformative projects in Nigeria's history. As the largest deep sea port in West Africa, it's poised to redefine Lagos as a major hub for international trade. Yes, its impact stretches far beyond maritime logistics. The development of the seaport has sparked an unprecedented wave of real estate activity, making it one of the most exciting investment opportunities in the region. The location of Lekki Deep Sea Port is nothing short of strategic brilliance. Situated at the nexus of critical transportation networks, it offers seamless access to roads, railways, and even air transport. This connectivity positions it as a natural magnet for businesses, investors, and individuals seeking opportunity. As construction unfolded, the promise of thousands of direct and indirect jobs began drawing workers from across the country, creating a growing demand for housing and commercial spaces. What was once a relatively quiet area has now transformed into a bustling hotspot of economic activity. The ripple effects of the seaport's development are impossible to miss. As Nigeria opens its doors to increase foreign investment and business opportunities, the economy is set to receive a significant boost. The growth has spurred unprecedented interest in the surrounding real estate market. The development of the Dangote refinery is set to be a seismic force in the shaping of the real estate landscape of the Ibeju Lekki and its surrounding areas. As the largest single-train refinery in the world, its influence extends far beyond oil production, touching every facet of life and business in the region. For real estate, this means a transformation that could rival some of the world's most dynamic urban expansion. First and foremost, the sheer scale of the refinery brings with it an influx of workers, engineers, technicians, administrators, and countless others who will directly or indirectly support its operation. The growing workforce creates an immediate demand for residential properties. Developers are already stepping in to build estates that cater to the demographic, ranging from affordable housing for entry-level workers to more luxurious accommodations for senior staff and expatriates. The refinery's workforce also spurs demand for rental property, making it Ibeju Lekki an attractive market for landlords and investors looking for steady returns. Some of these developers are already tapping into the benefit of the Dangote refinery. Along the Dangote refinery/free zone stretch of the expressway is developers like Morgan under the subsidiary of Property Mart that have the meadows just along the Ibeju Lekki expressway. Amen Estate also is another beneficiary that has the Amen Estate littered and scattered around that stretch of road, namely the Amen Estate Phase 3. You also have MKH. They have the wealthy city that's already there, positioning for commercial and residential benefits of the refinery. The refinery's impact doesn't just stop at housing though. Its location within the Lekki Free Trade Zone positions it as the epicenter of industrial and commercial activity in the area. Businesses that rely on oil products or associated industries are likely to set up operations nearby, driving up the need for industrial space, warehousing, logistic hubs. This has created a boom in commercial real estate, with developers racing to provide state-of-the-art facilities to accommodate these businesses. Case in point, in the two combined Lekki free zones, there are over 300 companies that already have land and investments positioning for the explosion that is Ibeju Lekki. The ripple effect of the refinery are also being felt in the hospitality sector, as professionals, contractors, business delegates flock to the area. The demand for hotels, serviced apartments, and short-term rentals has surged. Investors are seizing the opportunity to develop boutique hotels and hospitality ventures that cater to the transient but steady stream of visitors. And the coincidence is also not lost on me that it is actually a coastal area. So you have tons of holiday beach type resorts, like Jara Beach Resort, like Campine Tropicana, Honey Beach Resorts, among others littered around and scattered around that area where the refinery is situated. Moreover, the infrastructure upgrades spurred by the refinery's development are transforming the area's accessibility and appeal. The ongoing expansion of the Lekki Expressway and the construction of new access roads like the Coastal Road and the Regional Road are making travel to and from Ibeju Lekki more convenient than ever. Also, the Green Line Rail will run from Marina to the refinery/free zone access, which just even makes infrastructure and demand and the value go up even more. Improved utilities such as power, water, and telecommunications are further enhancing the livability of the area, making it an attractive option, not just for individual and industrial purposes, but also for families and individuals seeking a more modern lifestyle. The rise of mixed-use development is another trend emerging from the refinery's influence. Developers are integrating residential, commercial, and leisure facilities within single projects to create self-sustaining communities. So you see the likes of Itunu City, see the like of Macarius, you also see the likes of the wealthy place that I spoke about, see the likes of the Meadows. All of these developments, they have places for both commercial and residential, which is just blowing up the area. These developments cater to the needs of the growing population, while also capitalizing on the area's increasing desirability as a live, work, play destination. What's really intriguing though is all of these developments that we currently see are a far cry from what we could see before the refinery became a thing. Before the rise of the Dangote refinery and the wave of the development it triggered, Ibeju Lekki was little more than a quiet expanse of remote land, far removed from the bustling chaos of Lagos. It was a place of untapped potential, often overlooked in favor of many developed areas like the Victoria Island and the Ikoyis of this world. The landscape was dominated by swaths of bushland, scattered villages, and a few fishing communities that depended on the Atlantic Ocean for their livelihood. For many, Ibeju Lekki was simply too remote, too underdeveloped, and too disconnected from the main hubs of Lagos to hold much promise. Infrastructure in the area was almost non-existent. Roads were rudimentary and often impassable during the rainy season, leaving much of the region inaccessible. Utilities like electricity and water supply were scarce, and residents relied heavily on boreholes and generators for their basic needs. The idea of large-scale development seemed like a pipe dream, and the land was considered cheap but unremarkable, a place for agricultural ventures or speculative land banking at best. Despite its proximity to Lagos, Ibeju Lekki lacked the allure and amenities of urban life. It was a quiet, largely forgotten area with minimal commercial activity and little to attract outsiders. Land prices were laughably low, often sold in acres rather than plots, as there was little demand. For most Lagosians, Ibeju Lekki was synonymous with the middle of nowhere. I know some people still find it as the middle of nowhere, but keep sleeping on a bicycle, a place where you might pass on your way to somewhere, Ibadan or Ogun. But beneath this seemingly desolate surface lay something. It lay an immense potential. The region's proximity to the Atlantic Ocean, the expansive landmass, and its location on the Lekki Peninsula. Now looking back, it was actually very ripe for transformation. All that was needed was the right catalyst. And that was before the Lagos state government conscripted that area as both an urban area and the plans for the Lekki Free Zone that would span 16,000 hectares. That catalyst arrived when Dangote refinery project was announced. Suddenly, this so-called wasteland was thrust into the spotlight. Investors began to take notice, and what had once been neglected became one of the most sought-out regions in Lagos. The landscape started to shift as developers, businesses, and speculators flocked to the area, eager to secure a piece of what was quickly becoming prime real estate. Ibeju Lekki's transformation from a forgotten backwater to a thriving hub of economic and real estate activity is nothing short of remarkable. The rise of the refinery and the accompanying infrastructure and development proved that even a place once deemed a wasteland could be reborn as a beacon of opportunity. In case you haven't realized this yet, Ibeju Lekki is like a cake that's still been iced. It's best you cut a slice for yourself before the cake is fully baked. And if you're wondering about how to go about that, I got you. Contact me for your investment in the Ibeju Lekki area for residential, commercial, mixed use, or properties along the Lekki Expressway part of Ibeju Lekki and the one along the Atlantic Ocean side of it. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you so very much for watching. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe. Drop your comment. What did you think about this video? Contact me and I'll be happy to talk with you. See you in the very next episode. Bye-bye.